Olympian gymnast Levi Jung-Ruivivar here on Radyo Pilipinas, Sports Radio. Hi! Congratulations, Levi. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm
I'm
fine, thank
doing well. How about
you.
you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How does it feel to be called an Olympian?
It feels amazing. It's been my dream. I started gymnastics when I was 2, and ever since I discovered that the Olympics was even a thing, I it's been my dream. So this weekend, it was truly a dream come true to qualify to the Olympics. And now I'm like thinking that, oh, I gotta get the tattoo of the Olympic rings, or like, so it's so exciting. Yeah.
Yes. How's the celebration there in California with friends and family, or the celebration needs to wait, maybe in a few days, as you
Yes.
celebrate your 18th birthday, Levi?
Yes, I am having a little um, pool party with some of my girlfriends, and it's been when I got home and I was at the airport. Some of my teammates came and congratulated me, and they had little posters and signs like "Go Levi," and so it was really, really amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna wait to celebrate because I've got a lot of work to do in the gym. It's back to training, and that's my top priority right now. So, yeah.
Surely this will be your happiest birthday.
Yes, it definitely will.
What will be your wish, or your wish already granted, Levi?
Yeah, so obviously making the Olympics is a dream come true. But further than that, I hope to win some medals for the Philippines at the Olympics. That would be the next goal. And also, there's Asian Championships coming up. My wish is for the Philippines as a team to win gold on that event as well. So, a lot of exciting things coming up.
Yes. So you already resume your training, and reality bites. More training, more hard work for Levi.
Yes. So I had a meeting with my coaches when I first got back, and for now, we're really focusing in on conditioning and upping my strength and endurance so that I can do some bigger skills and just continue progressing. And it's only the beginning. Qualifying was obviously amazing, but now it's like going to be how well I can perform at the Olympics.
Mhm. How much work you need to do based on your talks with the coaches?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place, but obviously, like as a gymnast and as the person I am, I always want more for myself, and same with my coaches. So it's just like pushing to that next level and cleaning up my routines and getting a higher execution score and a higher difficulty score. Um, that will be the goal moving forward in my training. But I feel very happy, and obviously also going to just enjoy the experience and mine everything that I can from it is also one of my goals.
Yes. How many coaches you have, and who are these coaches? Where do you train in California?
So I actually train right now in Dallas, Texas. Um, my coaches are Valerian and Lucan. So they work with me at a gym called Woga Gymnastics. Valerian and Lucan are both actually Olympians themselves. They both won gold medals at the Olympics. And then their daughter, Nastia Lucan, won the 2008, I believe, Olympics. So they're just a family of Olympians. So I'm really honored that I get to work with them. And I have some amazing teammates as well. Like Gabby Douglas is one of my
Mm.
teammates, and we have girls competing for other countries. There's a girl competing for Bulgaria. There's a girl competing for Japan, and then I'm competing for the Philippines. So it's really incredible.
Yeah. Have you scouted the names of your rivals come the Paris Games? Who are those names? And how do you visualize you competing there in Paris?
Yes. So I do know like some of the top competitors. Obviously, the U.S. team is a top competitor, like Simone Biles. Um, she's someone to obviously. is an incredible gymnast. Brazil has an incredible team, like Rebecca, Andreas, and Italy's looking pretty good as well. Japan and China, there's a lot. There's a lot of incredible gymnasts, but it's also I can appreciate their hard work, and I know how much it takes as an elite gymnast. So I also can honor how accomplished they are as well.
Yeah. So how do you visualize your competition? And what are your expectations?
So, my coaches are aware of the difficulty of the other
Mm-mm.
gymnasts. So based on that, we can make a plan. For instance, at this last competition, going in, I had a strategy for my bar routine because there's a whole complicated point system. But basically, what it came down to is that I needed to get first place of the girls who were not qualified to the Olympics yet. And so my coach, the two girls before me, based on how they scored, I would either do my easier routine or my harder routine, take the rest and do my harder routine. And they scored pretty high. So we made the decision to do my harder difficulty routine so that I could get a higher score, even though there was a higher risk factor.
Yeah.
So things like that we'll keep in mind as coaches, and try to go after it at the Paris 2024 Olympics.
Yes. How many competitors in uneven bars come to Paris Games? How many are you there?
I am not sure the number.
Yeah.
However, I know top 8 make it to finals. So, yeah.
Yes. We're praying for
Yes.
you to make it to the top
Thank
8.
you so much. Me
Yes.
too.
Let's recall what happened in Doha. Before Doha, you competed only in one World Cup. I
Yes.
think Baku, and you
So,
were number 8.
So in
Yes.
there was a series of 4
Yeah.
competitions. There were 4 World Cups, and I had to accumulate points from 4 World Cups. One was in Cairo, and one was in Cottbus, Germany, and Baku, Azerbaijan, and then the last one, this one was Doha, Qatar. So there was 4. You drop the lowest score from one of the World Cups, and then you accumulate the other 3 competitions, the points that you gained. So I was on bars accumulating as many points as possible, and it was a really really competitive, really tough race, and it was down to the wire in the last competition.
Yeah. You saved your best for last. Imagine coming
Yes.
from behind to number 2.
Yes.
How did you do
Yep.
it, Levi?
Yeah, it was really tough. It was I think I was in 5th going into this competition,
Mm-mm.
and I had to get into the 2nd position, which is not an easy jump. I knew I had to get first, the highest amount of points possible at this competition. And so I just felt the pressure really in myself. But when I got to the competition and it was the day of finals, I just took a moment to myself and said no matter what happens, I love you, and you got this, and you can do it. Just give it your all, go big or go home. And then when they called my name and I was about to go compete, there was actually a huge Filipino crowd there, and I could just hear everyone scream, and it actually gave me so much energy and so much trust in myself, and every skill that I did, I could just hear them continuing to build momentum into my routine, and I could hear them screaming for me, and it was just actually such a memorable experience. And I do have to say the atmosphere in the crowd really helped me have that just little last boost to just get to that next level. So yeah, it was truly amazing.
Wow. With all the
Yeah.
support of the Filipinos, did you expect that you're gonna be
Yes.
having that huge support from the Filipino, community in
No.
Doha? No.
I did not. I did not know that the Filipino population there was so big, and I was not. You never know what the crowd is going to be like at different competitions, But when we were lining up to the judges and they were calling out our names, when they said my name, the crowd just went wild. And I was so surprised. Like, I started laughing to myself. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I have so many supporters. And it actually, like, my mom was sitting in the crowd. And when she heard, like, how many people were, like, cheering and supporting, she started, like, crying on the on the on the person that was sitting next to her, which was like a complete stranger, but she was just like, me and her both just like took in the moment, and I felt so blessed to have so many amazing supporters. And then I went to the chalk bucket and we started like warming up, and I told my coach, and I was like, I had no idea like so many people were coming to support me. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to surprise you. And I was like, oh, that's like, it was so exciting.
Yeah. Then your coach from the US was with you.
So actually, the coach that was with me was Cliff Parks. He's not actually my coach, but he is in charge of recruiting like Filipino-Americans to the gymnastics team. So he was someone who recruited me to GAP.
Yeah, so he was the one with you in Doha. How about the support of your teammates, Kaloy, Emma? I know they had their own events, but how were they during your event, Levi?
They were incredible. I saw Emma in the crowd after my warm up was actually a little bit shaky. It wasn't my best warm up. So I like looked for her, and I saw her in the crowd, and she like just looked at me. She was like, you got this. Just trust your training. You can do it. And actually like really calmed me down, and I was so grateful for her support. She's been really supportive of me, and I've appreciated that. And then Kaloy is just incredible. He's such an amazing gymnast. He's honestly an inspiration. He's so humble and kind and caring. He was so excited for me when I qualified, and he's truly like very focused and passionate about gymnastics. So that's been amazing to watch. And everyone is like everyone in GAP is so supportive of each other. We like when I went to watch Kaloy, my mom and I, like Cynthia gave us this huge Filipino flag, and we were just like waving it around, and the support for one another is truly amazing. It feels like a family.
Yes, we're so happy for you, Levi. So generally, aside from the Filipino support, to whom or to what you attribute this, success qualifying to the Olympics?
So obviously, for me, it's been a lot of work. But then on top of that, I have so many people supporting me. My coaches here have done so much for me. They put in endless amounts of work and energy and preparation and figuring out my schedule and when I need to peak and when I need to, what my routine constructions are, and just all of that. So I have to give a lot of credit to them. Obviously, my family, my mom and my dad, and then my two brothers, Kainoa and Kale, they have sacrificed so much for me. Like, being a gymnast is not easy. It requires a lot of sacrifice from the entire family, because I have so many hours of gym, and my family is based in Los Angeles, California, but we are like, I am saying, since I'm training in Dallas, my mom or dad like have switched and stayed with me, which is also like hard on the family. And my brothers have just been so supportive of me. So I'm truly like, I would not be here without them. All the times my parents have like driven me to physical therapy appointments and just like all of that. And then also I want to give like a huge thanks to GAP and Cynthia, because she has just been so supportive of the entire journey. Like, she made these World Cups happen for me. And if it wasn't for that opportunity, I wouldn't be qualified to the Olympics. And she's just been truly incredible and so kind and supportive of me as well. And then also I want to thank Hazel, who's she's does physical therapy and psychology at the same time. So while I was at the meet, she's incredible. She's truly like innovative in her way of approaching gymnastics. She also works with Kaloi. She is able to handle both physical and mental at the same time, which is, I feel like, something that's hard to balance. So she's also been a big help. And yeah, I would say those are like there's so many other people that like have been a part of my journey. Obviously my teammates for supporting me constantly throughout the journey. The fans themselves also for like making this happen and cheering me on and just like giving me that extra boost and making me feel loved and supported. So yeah,
And I
just so many
know,
people.
yeah, and I know more people, more friends will support you now that you're an Olympian, Levi.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so let's know you a bit more. Tell us more about your family, your parents, siblings, your school, how you started gymnastics.
So I'm currently doing a program called Laurel Springs. It's online. I'm in high school still because I'm 17 and turning 18 soon. It's a quite rigorous program. I'm taking 3 AP classes this year. So I'm taking 3 college level courses this year. So my workload is pretty big. This coming fall, I have a scholarship to Stanford University. So I'll be training there and competing for Stanford as well as pursuing elite and continuing to compete for the Philippines. I am hoping to go into psychology or communications. I really like helping people and working with athletes possibly in the future because that's something that I've always been really passionate about. I started gymnastics when I was 2 years old. My mom was like, "Do you want to do gymnastics?" And I had no idea what it was, but I was willing to try anything. So I was like, "Yeah, mommy." So we started mommy and me classes, and I worked my way up, and I just stuck with it, and here I am today.
Yes. Your mom is an American and your dad is a Filipino.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And I think your family is into arts, into,
Yes.
into, tell us more about it, especially your dad.
So, yes, my entire family is in the entertainment industry. So on my dad's side, my grandpa was part of a band called the Society of Seven. They played in Hawaii, and they sang and just like they they were like a Filipino band. So they I was always like surrounded by the Filipino community, even though I grew up in America.
Mhm.
Um, and then he would always like I remember all the times we would just sit around the piano and sing and dance and like during holidays, and it was those are like some of my fondest memories as a family. And then my dad, Anthony Ruivivar, he's an actor. He's done various movies and television shows. He's also done voiceover work. My mom is also an actress. She's
Oh,
also done TV shows and movies as well. So they actually did a TV show together
oh.
while they were married.
Mhm.
And they ended up actually also dating in the show and getting married in the show. So that was also a special moment for them.
Yes. So, possibility of you following, this kind of field, maybe after your gymnastics career, Levi.
I would love to. I did some voiceover work when I was young. I was in an episode of Docs McStuffins,
Mm.
which is a kids television show.
Oh.
And I truly would love the opportunity to act and model, or do voiceover work. I did some modeling for leotard companies. Sylvia P and Ozone. So that's truly been amazing. I feel like because of my parents, because I've been surrounded by that community, I have somewhat of like it comes more naturally to me than maybe other people. I don't know, but it's something I would love to pursue. And even though I'm doing gymnastics now, it's still something I feel like I could do both of. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I can only focus on so much, and I can only spread myself so thin. But I would love the opportunity to do stuff like that as well while I'm doing gymnastics.
Yeah. Your hands are so full, Levi. How
Yes,
do you do that?
I
How do
like
you balance?
it.
How do you balance the thing?
Yeah, it's very hard. But I have to say, like, I like to keep myself busy. I like to work. It's because everything that I'm doing, even though it's a lot of work and a lot of energy, it's what I love and it's what I enjoy. So even though it is work, it doesn't feel like work because I know I'm working towards my goals, which is something that like drives me and moves me forward.
Mm.
I just try to take it one step at a time. I have my entire like week pretty similar in terms of what is scheduled for me. So I just take one bit at a time, and then on the weekend I try to give myself like one activity or one thing that I do for myself that kind of recharges my energy levels and just helps me relax and reset for the week. I love to bake and cook.
Oh,
I love it so much. So I actually feel like for me that feels like therapy. So I often do that, or I'll bake, some treats for my friends at the gym, or cook myself a nice meal or my family. So that's something that I really like to do.
but not for
I do
you.
have to say I love Filipino food so much.
Oh, what
Hmm?
Filipino food? What Filipino food you love
Sorry,
most?
say it again.
What Filipino food you love most?
Oh, I love lumpia. So after after the competition, after Kaloy competed, we had the Filipinos in Doha were so lovely to host us at a little meet and greet, and we had dinner, and they made amazing Filipino food. So they had lumpia, and I tried for the first time pickle express.
Pickle
And
Express, yes.
it was so yummy. I feel like that's my new favorite. But also like lumpia, like just has a special place in my heart because my dad, like on special occasions we would get lumpia, and we would like take it home, and he would like prepare it with like mint leaves and um just some like ginger soy sauce, and it was just so delicious. So I love lumpia.
Yeah. Speaking of your dad, I remember Ma'am Cynthia Carion told me that your dad and our president, Bongbong Marcos, were classmates in Hawaii. Oh, you stayed in
Yes.
Hawaii before.
So So my dad was born and raised in Hawaii, and I believe they went to school together, and they used to like hang out and just do activities together. And he was friends with him. So yeah, I had no idea until like he mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was friends with Pong." I was
Oh,
like,
that's so nice.
"Wow, yeah."
Nice. Anyway, Levi, how you decided to represent your father's home country, the Philippines?
Yes. So it's always been like a dream of mine to get to represent the Philippines. Since I started elite, um, I just had trouble like connecting with the Philippines because I didn't know who to go to transition over to Filipino gymnastics. So when Cliff, like we actually connected with a family here in Dallas when I moved to this gym who was Filipino, and they knew Cliff, who then recruited me to go to Gap. And it was like the second that I knew there was that opportunity, like I wanted to do it 100%. And I was planning on trying to pursue uh, Gap, like going to the 2028 Olympics, but
Yeah.
because the opportunity like, presented itself before that, I wasn't like immediate to want to get to represent the Philippines. And my grandfather, unfortunately, he passed away, but I
Oh,
feel like he would have like I wish he could have seen this because I feel like he would have wanted me to pursue like
yeah.
competing and representing the Philippines. I know he's just like looking down on me and just like really proud, hopefully.
So you're dedicating this Olympic qualification to your grandfather, Levi? You're dedicating
Yes,
this.
I am. Yes.
Mm.
I am dedicating this Olympic qualification to my grandfather, and I wish he could have been there to see it because I know he would have been so proud. And he always loved connecting with his like Filipino roots, and it's just a huge part of his life and my life and my dad's life and my whole family's life. So yeah.
This is really a surprise qualification for you because you started representing the Philippines only last year, and then
Yes.
your second year
Yes.
with the Philippine team, you made it to the
Yes, I
Olympics.
did.
Wow.
Yes.
hmm what was your feeling when that Philippine flag, carrying the Philippine flag on your uniform, on your name, whenever we try a look at the website or a competition you're in, there's
Yes.
this Philippine flag. How do you
Yes,
feel?
it's been such a blessing, such an honor. I truly just get like anytime I get new gear or like a leotard that has the Philippine flag on it, like it just makes me so excited. Like I quite literally like my heart feels happy because it's just like such an like great honor to be able to carry the Filipino flag and raise it and cheer for everyone and feel the support of everyone and like I feel like so motivated to do it for this incredible country and so blessed and I can't wait to get more stuff that has the Filipino flag on it and continue to like show it off and have so much joy and pride for it. So yeah, it's
I'm
really
sure.
amazing.
I'm sure you can't wait for the
Yeah.
Philippine national anthem to be played for
Yes.
you.
That's what I was thinking. I was like obviously so excited that I got silver because that's a huge accomplishment, but when I saw like they're on the podium and I saw like on the jumbotron the Filipino flag, I was like, I wish it's just first so I could hear the Filipino national anthem play, and that would have been like so incredible. But one day it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Maybe very, very soon.
Yes, hopefully.
So what's your schedule between now and the Paris Olympic Games?
Yes. So coming up, I have Asian Championships at the end of May. And I'm very much so looking forward to that. That's a team competition. So that's my first team competition with the Philippines.
Mm.
So I feel very excited and optimistic about hopefully placing on the podium as a team because we have some incredible gymnasts. We have Emma, we have Aaliyah Finnegan, we have Charlie, and uh, we have me. So I'm very
Star-studded.
excited. Yes. So I'm really, really hopeful that we can all come together as a team and place on the podium. I would just be so thrilled to have that happen.
By the way, are you visiting the Philippines soon,
Yes.
Levi? Are you going to visit the Philippines
Yes.
soon?
So I'm actually planning on coming to the Philippines after Asian Championships at the end of May. For a few days, and then I have to get back to training in Dallas. But I pushed my coaches to let me come to the Philippines for a few days, and I will be going with my dad, Anthony Ruivivar. So I'm very excited to share that experience with him. And then hopefully after the Olympics, I will also come back to the Philippines and just like spend some time there before I leave for college. So very
Yes.
excited.
And I heard you would want to conduct some clinics here. You would want to really help
Yes.
Philippine gymnastics.
So after the Olympics, I'm planning on when I come to the Philippines doing clinics with GAP and like kind of helping bring up the younger generations of gymnasts and help support them, give them tips, coaching, like instruction, like anything that I can do to help as or like
Mhm.
just what my experience has been as an elite athlete and as a gymnast and just like get to work with some of the athletes there. Obviously like their program is growing and it's amazing. I would just love to help facilitate that growth in any way possible. And so yeah, I'm very excited about that.
And we are so excited to see you here
Thank you.
and to have you
Thank
here.
you.
Okay, so finally, Levi, please, what message you want to say to all, especially to the Filipinos, as as you prepare, as you, with just, 2 months, 3 months to go before the Paris Olympic Games.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for the support and embracing me. And I feel like you guys are all my family. So I'm so grateful to have you. Going into the Paris 2024 Olympics, I'm working really hard in the gym and I'm giving it my all so that when I go and represent the Philippines, I can hopefully bring home some medals to the Philippines and be able to raise that flag when I compete there. And I just want to say I love you all so much. I hope to meet you guys soon, and love on Philippines.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're so proud of you. God bless you, and see you
you.
soon. All the best come the
Thank
Paris
you so
Olympic
much.
Games. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. There you
Thank
have
you.
it. Olympian gymnast Levi Jung-Ruivivar here on Radyo Pilipinas Sports Radio. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.